This is not your father's Shredder. This is your father's Shredder from 1988, and boy have things changed. Shredder's gotten quite an upgrade over the years. This is the latest figure in the HEATBOYS Mechaheat TMNT Mecha figure line, Foot Clan 01. This was shipped to me for free by Bombus B for review, packaged very nicely. You get corner protectors, the whole deal, the box nice and minty. The box is very beautiful. I love the artwork, the product shots, the poses. You can check out my full uncut unboxing to see all the details, where you'll see things like all 4 trays, everything that comes on them, the full breakdown, but we're getting right to it. This incredible mech comes with something like 46 different pieces, accessories, attachments. There's actually 50 if you count the removable skirt pieces. I don't know if I should. I don't know if that's fair. He kind of needs them. First of all, let's check out his articulation. Let's pull him off the stand. Yes, the stand does connect from the bottom, which is interesting, so all the weight is going down. Make him just a bit more reliable than the Turtles. So the head articulation, looking down, pretty okay. Not looking up so great, but side to side, pretty rockin'. One highlight is the neck does have kind of like a little pistoning action. I love the little mechanical elements they've added in. We move on to the shoulders where we're getting a full Townsend. Yeah, this is really nice. You have to be careful with the little spiky armor bits. Little pieces of the armor move around and articulate, and then you're going up like that. That's pretty dang good. Pretty dang decent. When you flip him to the back, you can get a little peek on how the shoulders actually work. It is still like a butterfly joint, but again, that kind of cool pistoning action. This is a little bit different than the Turtles, but still functions in mostly same way. It gives you some great range. You don't get a whole lot of back bend, basically none. I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I need to pull him up or move a little piece. He does forward crunch just a tiny bit, but not a whole lot, and there's a little side to side. So kind of limited in that range. The little skirt pieces do bend and flap up every which way, so you can get those in all sorts of different directions, get them out of the way if you need to. It's really nice. This is exactly the way to do it, and they can even come off if you're really having trouble. They're just little pegs, so that's very interesting. The back flap is pretty interesting. This is about as high up as it goes. I've tried to mess with it and move the little pieces around this way and that way. I think it's just for look, so you can pull like this little, do the fins on the side, and then you can pull this little flap down, which expands it, it's a cool little mechanically thing, but I don't think it helps with articulation or range at all. It's just a cool look. The leg range is pretty spectacular. Those metal joints, super solid, super sturdy. It has the kind of a drop down function, and he can kick out all the freaking way. That's fantastic. Going back, he does hit into this little skirt thing, so that's kind of a shame. The double jointed knees, look at that. He's bending like all the way back up. Tee-hee-hee, part of the skirt flipped off. That's fine. So yeah, the knees there, excellent. On the back calf, there's like a springy rocket boost thing. On the back of the boot, there's cool little flaps that open. There's these cool little like teethy things that you can move around. Yeah, the back flaps are just super cool. I love those mechanical things. The feet, he has like a half foot thing. He has the toe hinge and then the side to side rocker. So the leg articulation is super stellar. The flaps, they're a pain. They come off a lot as you've seen, but I think this is better. Instead of breaking, they just pop out if you're pushing things too far. I greatly appreciate that. So don't panic if they pop out, pop them right back in. Then we can get this bad boy right back on the stand. Whoops, I did forget about the actual arm articulation. There is a bicep cut so it can swivel around. Mine is super duper tight. He got double jointed elbows, and I love the pistony action they included in there. If I flip him around to the back, you can see it better. I just love these awesome mechanical details. How cool is that? And then I guess this technically qualifies as articulation, but the cockpit, unlike the Turtles who had it in the back on the shell, Shredder's is right in the chest, so there's this little flip-up piece where you have little ooze Shredder in his little seat. Super cool. I just love this feature. I don't know why, it's just so freaking fun doing a little thing and making it like flip open. If you were hoping for a new round of Build-A-Figure pieces, you're going to be disappointed. You just get the pilot Shredder, you get a standing Shredder, and you get the 2 foot soldiers. Does this mean we'll get some foot soldier mechs? That would be cool. Of course, he has the light up eye feature using the ooze canister magnet. So he has a green eyes, he has red eyes, and then he has off. That's it. There's no blinking, no breathing. That's it. The top of the head comes off to reveal where they have the LED and battery compartment. These are just 2 small LR621 batteries, so you can order those from Amazon and be real prepared. It's a really nice feature. They do have like a white covering over them, so they might not be quite as bright as the turtle eyes, but they look great. You can do like a chill green, angry red for battle. Let's go. Next up will be a heartbreaker for many of you, but he does have swappable hands. Yes, you don't get the articulating keyed turtle hands. Nope, you're just getting different pairs of hands. You get like 6 extra hands plus the ones he's wearing, so you have these grabby hands. You get 2 trigger finger hands, always nice to see. You get different, like, grippier, looser hands. I don't know, they're like sword holding hands. A lot of the hands are kind of similar, but they all work the same. You got a ball peg that kind of flips back and forth. You get these like splayed open, kind of dramatic jazz hands. Gotta have those. You get more grippy hands. Honestly, I have a hard time telling the difference between the different hands, and I mix them up with the trigger finger hands. Then you get these like air traffic controller, super nerdy sword anime hands. They are easy to swap on and off. They just ball peg right in. You don't have to worry about like the ball peg getting stuck, anything like that. I like that each hand has its own little ball peg. And controversial opinion, I think this was the move. I think this was the way to go. And we'll explain it here as we get into the accessories. So you get 2 sick katanas, right? Super cool. Weirdly, they pop apart. I don't know if mine just didn't get glued or if they designed them this way on purpose. Like, it's not loose or nothing. It's just kind of strange that it's not like secure in there. I don't know if I'll glue them or not, but they're super cool. So you take one of the hands. It is a little bit of a pain to like bend the fingers around because they're very long fingers, but you just do that. And this is why I actually prefer them to being keyed in. They're much more reliable. The key hands, they have a way of like going loose and opening and they fall out of the key. These ones are rock solid. So I think I like the swappable hands, y'all. Let me know how you feel about them. Swordsman Shredder, ready to go. By default, he does come on like the little forearms, little covers. You can take those off, and that's where you're going to install the freaking like claw gauntlet thingies. They do have like a cool, like if you do this back and forth, like the claws will pop up and like shoot out a little bit. You see what's going on there? That's really neat. Not a ton of difference, especially on here, but these guys, I could do that all night. But those just mount on the arms like so. More and more, we're getting our freaking full tilt shredder. Checking out the back, he does by default come with this little, like, I don't know, like backpacky piece. I guess you can hook stuff onto it. I didn't really think about that. But you're actually going to put there is the freaking like jetpack wired cape thing. So it's nice and tattered on the bottom, really nice fabric, and it has like all the freaking wires. I will say, be careful how you bend it. I feel like I've been pushing it too far and I might have broken the wire, and maybe it's going to like pull through the fabric, but you just put that right on the back, key it in there, and then he is all ready to freaking jetpack around, and you can see what an imposing force. I mean, this is kind of cool all by itself, just with the cape, right? Next up, we have his super cool shuriken. Pretty rad. Maybe a little boring. What's this? Look at this. Like, that is super cool. It like boings open, so like as you're throwing it, I'm such a child. So you get 2 little pieces for it. So this is a little hand hook thing, so you can put it in his hand so he doesn't have to like try to grip it in a weird way. Or you can take this out, if I put it in there too freaking far, and it has like a little nubbin which you can put on there, and then we're gonna flip him around yet again, and this is where you can hook on, let's put the one right, you can hook on the shuriken to again complete that freaking like ninja master look. Next up, we have this big old honkin' scythe. Look at that. Finely detailed. It's painted, the blade, and it's got a chain that just goes on and on for miles, ending in this little like ball thing. It reminds me of the same yellow one that comes with like the sewer layer, which is actually shipping out soon. But yeah, this guy is a freaking beast. My lord, all kinds of fun with this. Of course, he can hold it in his hands. You can get the cool little, scythe master thing. But if you want to put it on the back and store it away, this is where it gets a little weird. So there's a little attachment here you can put on the scythe. That's fine and dandy so far, but I really haven't found a way to deal with, hold on, let's get in nice and low. I haven't found a way to deal with the chain. So what I've just been doing is just like wrapping it around the pole. So it kind of just dangles, but there's a hole in the back right there that you can put the scythe on. And so that's how you can store it with some like dangly wholeness. I don't know, not the best, not the worst, kind of cool. Next up is this insane mutagen ooze blaster, finely detailed, Foot Clan 01 all over it. There's this action, like there's the little like drum thing, which I don't know what the ammo is. Is it blasting ooze? What's this then? I don't know. But I just love this kind of action where it's like this is resting mode and this is open, ready for battle mode. Like it reveals, you see that. I guess, is this part what's like shooting out the ooze and this is like a regular gun? I don't know. But this is super freaking cool. This is the downside of the swappable hands though, because getting this hand onto like the gun thing, because there's no bottom, it has the loop. This is kind of quite a pain. You have to like manhandle it quite a lot, and you have it there. But you're like, where do I put all the swords? That's a good question. I've gotten into the habit actually of just like popping the hands off instead of just like swapping them, because really this is almost always going to be the sword hand. Again, I don't know why it's not glued. Let me know when other folks get this. Is your swords glued? Driving me kind of wild. Should I glue it? Let me know in the comments, glue or not glue. But you get two little, like little brackets for the swords. Hold on, was it like this? Okay, yeah, it was like that. So you clip them onto the swords like this. Okay, well, no, I just fucking did it wrong again. And that's where you can put them on the side here, the little belty-do. Jesus Christ, this one, I don't know about these clips, y'all. They're starting to come out super easy. Maybe I've messed with them just a bit too much. So that's like his like proper look, the swords at the side. You can also do the legs have little holes to store stuff. So you can have like the armor piece there if you really like it, but you can take it off and that's where you can mount a freaking blade. Look how sick that is. Ooh, baby. Ooze rifle shredder. Look at this bad boy. This dangerous freaking monster. My lord. When not in use, though, you'll want somewhere to store the ooze rifle, right? Well, good news. They give you this handy-dandy little clip thing, which goes in just like so, and then you can put it onto the leg there, so you can make him a ooze rifle leg maniac. Could just be storage, but can he point it and, like, freaking kick ooze legs shoot you? He sure dang can. The last bit we need here is these wired grapnel hooks. They come like this, nice and straight. You can see, like, I'm very remiss to go through and bend them, because once they're bent, they're never going straight again, right? So they just hook right in to the little claw gauntlets on the edges there. So you have that action. This side I did bend, so you can do like a cool little, like it's firing, it's grabbing things. Pop that in there. We can pop this guy in there. Look at that. Are you like Dr. Octopus or Shredder? That's just freaking that's sick. This is our HEATBOYS Mecha Shredder, all kitted out. All things considered, kind of less little knickknacks and pieces than the Turtles had. I just have like a few bits left over, which we can put everything right in the stand there, put all the freaking hands in there. This is probably my favorite part about HEATBOYS. For the most part, I'm a little more gingerly with these, but for the most part, you can store just about everything. I could even put like the ooze canister in there. I do wish there was a spot. I mean, this can technically fit in there if I take it apart, but dang it, I can't get it off. So some of these times the stand grip is on there really good. This guy is just over 10 inches. Funny thing about doing measurements on camera, the angle really matters. So you can see as I have him laying down, yeah, just a bit over 10 inches. Leonardo is just a bit around 9 inches, so Shredder's about an inch taller than the Turtles, which is pretty nice. I'm not going to go too crazy with the posing, but he's a ton of fun to have. Obviously, you have the 4 Turtles. You need to get him. Sword fighting. Leo, like, kicks the sword out of his hand. Then they go right to the blaster. I think it's fun to have these as like mech battles because he's just a cool mech. So you can get a lot out of him, a lot of cool poses. He can hold his ooze canister. Is this Super Shredder? Maybe Super Mecha Super Shredder. I like the scythe look personally, like the cape in the wind. He's got like the dangle. He's going to start like chucking it. Or just a classic Swordmaster Shredder. You can't go wrong there. I like him fighting Raph as well. Like, Raph is so kitted out, Shredder's going to be like, whoa, hoo boy, settle down there. But Shredder brings out his big old freaking ooze cannon blaster thing, and Raph like armors up with all his gear, which is cool, but the cannon blast is just too strong. It blows Raph away, blows him to smithereens. And then Heavy Arms Mikey comes in to save the day, like, are you ready for this? And Shredder's like, oh god, I don't know if I am ready for this. Shuriken shield as Mikey charges up, but boom, he shurikens him right in the face, and Mikey's like, I can't believe this is happening. And then Donnie comes over, kind of casually, gun, like little pistol. He's like, what do you got, Shredder? What do you got? Shredder, he takes the gun with his grapnel stuff, and he goes for Donnie's goggles. And Donnie's like, oh god. He comes back with the bow straight to Shredder's face. Tons of fun like this. For me, it's more fun to have them like mechy battles than necessarily like Turtle and Shredder battles. But come on, a giant Shredder, a giant Turtle, mech fighting it out. This is anime, god, glory. Look at Donnie with like the big old railgun right to Shredder's chest. Things are getting totally out of hand. I really love this figure. There's so much fun you can have with all the different parts and poses and accessories. Obviously, if you got the Turtles, now you have like a full core set, so you could stop here, but I don't want to stop here. The future is bright for Heat Boys and Bombus B, who again sent this over to me for free. Check him out. The link's in the description if you want to pick yours up. He should be shipping soon. You're going to love him. He's 10 out of 10, balls to the wall. Freaking awesome. Yeah, this little gun part. Come on. How cool is that? We'll never get old little action features like this.